Welcome. I'm Peter Jaffe, the music director and conductor of your Auburn Symphony, and what better way to kick off our season than what has now become our tradition, Symphony in the Park. This is a free concert, and not only that, there's no charge. It's at the School Park Preserve, and it's an all-patriotic program full of Americana. On September 10, we'll be playing Sousa marches, the Battle Hymn of the Republic, California, Here I Come, even the Cowboys by John Williams. It's a super program with special cameo appearances by tenor J-Ho Lee, and Mayor Bill Kirby has a cameo guest conducting appearance. He'll be conducting the Stars and Stripes. You can't miss this thing. 1,000 people show up for this usually every year. It's a great free concert on the lawn at the School Park Preserve. It's a lot of fun, and the Auburn Symphony, your Auburn Symphony, sounds great. We'll see you there. Our first MASTERWORKS program occurs on October 15 and 16, and we've entitled this program New World. The bookends of this program feature bits of Americana in a way. The opening program is a selection from a suite of dances based on the music of Gottschalk, an early American composer. It was arranged by Hershey Kay, and it's called the Cakewalk Suite. And it starts with a grand walk around, a waltz, and a final gala cakewalk. It's simply super delightful music, and it's really toe-tapping to listen to this. The big ender of this program is the Dvorak New World Symphony. The famous Czech composer Dvorak actually spent some time right here in America, in New York. He conducted some of the very early performances of the New York Symphony. He composed a lot of works here in this country, and he even taught several composers who later became famous American composers here. His New World Symphony, the Dvorak New World Symphony, was his last and perhaps greatest symphony, and it incorporates spiritual tunes inspired by African American spirituals, and also American Indian rhythms permeate especially the third movement of this symphony. It's a fantastic work full of many famous melodies. Now, the inside of this program is Bloch's concerto, if you will. It's a one-movement piece for cello and orchestra entitled Shlomo, which means Solomon. This work was inspired by King Solomon, and I gotta tell you about the guest artist for this program. The cellist will be my son, James Jaffe. And so this is going to be a really proud daddy moment here. It's going to be the first time I've actually conducted my son as a cello soloist. He already has a career. He's a young artist, especially in chamber music, but he's a fantastic cellist. Of course, I gotta say that because he's my son, right? No, but he is. And this is going to be the first time that we've ever collaborated together in a solo concerto on stage featuring my son. You gotta be there to see me beaming with pride. We in the Auburn Symphony have another fabulous tradition. Those of you who've been coming already know well about it. It's our Messiah sing-along that happens every December. This year it'll be on Tuesday, December 6th, and the main guest artist is you. Now, if you come to the concert, you don't have to sing along. In fact, we have a special section in the balcony for people who just like to listen. But mainly, a lot of the audience do like to come and sing along with choruses of Handel's immensely famous oratorio, The Messiah. And so, you don't even have to bring a book if you don't want. We have choral scores there for you to pick up in the lobby. We do precede the program with a sing-along carol set of some of your favorite Christmas carols, and then we launch into the Christmas portion of The Messiah, and of course we also do the Hallelujah chorus, the trumpet shall sound, and the Amen chorus. We have a stellar professional vocal quartet who sing all the solo numbers, but you are the soloist in all the choruses. It's a fabulous tradition. It's so noble, this wonderful, unimpeachable music. We'll see you there. For MASTERWORKS 2, get ready to come on board. In fact, we've called this program All Aboard because of its global nature. It's almost like taking an excursion around many different parts of the world. We begin with Johann Strauss Jr. He's the waltz king. His famous waltz on the beautiful blue Danube. You can't get a more famous waltz than that. It was even featured in the movie 2001, but many of you don't need to see the movie to know it's a great piece on the dance floor or in the concert hall. Now, the next piece on this program is a real specialty. It's the first time I've ever been involved in a project like this, and probably for all of you in the audience it'll be the first time too. We are featuring a double harp concerto. You got that right, not one, but two solo harps on the stage with the Auburn Symphony. They're played by Kirsten Alvin and Beverly Wesner-Hain, and Kirsten is actually married to the composer. His name is Jim Hartway. This is going to be a West Coast premiere of a very colorful, completely accessible, melodic and rhythmically driven piece, and it's inspired by different dances. The first movement is this wonderful kind of South American calypso, and then the middle movement is a tango, and we end with a mambo. There are even steel drums in the percussion section, but of course on focus here are the two harp soloists. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. It'll be certainly the first time I've ever conducted a double harp concerto, maybe the first time you've ever heard one. On the second half of the program, that Italian master orchestrator Respighi will be playing his Fountains of Rome, which is 4 quickly connected movements featuring different fountains in Rome, such as the Trevi Fountain and other famous fountains there. It's a wonderful, colorful piece. And we're ending this program in Mexico with Copland's El Salón Mexico, this wonderful piece inspired by folk songs and rhythms, and yes, even the Morse code kind of works itself into rhythms there. What a colorful program to take us on a world tour, all aboard for MASTERWORKS 2. Outreach and education are so much part of our heart with the Auburn Symphony, and it's a wonderful delight to present the family concert every year. On February 11th, we have a program called Musical Merriment, featuring Young Artist Competition winner Robert Mitchell on the clarinet, the delightful, bubbly Jupiter, the bringer of jollity from Holst Planets, even the Cantina Band from Star Wars. Now, every year this program is for people ages 3 to 103. We have an instrumental petting zoo where people can play instruments, and we also have wonderful talkies between the numbers that I do myself so people understand what's going on. It's a great opportunity, it's fun and it's educational, it's for the whole family, and we'll see you there. Signature Melodies is the title of our MASTERWORKS 3 program. Every piece has such wonderful melodies and tunes in it, they can't escape your mind. You'll remember them long after hearing this concert. The concert begins with this wonderful, rollicking, romping piece by Kodály called Dances of Galanta, with full of Hungarian fire. Pretend like you're eating goulash while you're listening. And after that, we have a trumpet concerto, the Aratunian Trumpet Concerto. Aratunian was this marvelous Armenian composer, and the trumpet soloist will be John Freeman, who has principal positions in many orchestras around the Bay Area. Now, the final work on the program is Brahms' Fourth Symphony, and I gotta say, it's about time we brought back one of Brahms' great 4 symphonies. We play all wonderful music in the Auburn Symphony, of course, but we try to rotate the repertoire a little bit. It's high time to bring back this passionate, romantic masterpiece, Brahms' Fourth, his last and greatest symphony. Well, they were all great, but this one's the greatest of the greatest. We'll see you there for MASTERWORKS 3. We've developed a great new tradition, if you will, which is that our final concert at the Mondavi Center is on Mother's Day. And we're doing that again this coming season on Mother's Day, Sunday, May 14th, at the Mondavi Center, which is a gorgeous, wonderful acoustic venue. This concert starts in Renaissance antiphonal fashion. It was kind of the Renaissance equivalent of surround sound, with a big piece by Gabrielli that used to be played in the big Italian cathedrals. And then after the Gabrielli, we're going to do Grieg's famous piano concerto, featuring a local star who started off in Davis and then went off and made it big in Boston. Andre Bauman is the featured piano soloist in the ultra-famous romantic Grieg piano concerto. So what are we going to end that program with? Well, I'm glad you asked. It's going to be this fantastic tone poem by Richard Strauss. It's actually a symphony. It's called the Auburn Symphony, and it was the last big orchestral work that Richard Strauss wrote. Let me tell you what it's about. It's all about an excursion on an ascent of a Swiss Alp mountain, and it starts in darkness because you want to start your climb early. And then you ascend up the mountain, you pass by a waterfall, at one point there's a storm, you get to the summit and see this enormous, fantastic panoramic view, and then you descend again. And so during the course of this amazing piece, there are 20 different scenes all connected in the music, and so to keep track of what's going on, we're going to project super titles that will tell the title of each scene as we play it. So it'll be kind of like your tour guide as this enormously augmented Auburn Symphony. We might have as many as 100 players on the stage. And that huge orchestra will be playing this magnificent work. It's a fantastic opportunity, and here's what you do. You take your mom, the mother of the family, out for a great brunch, or perhaps a dinner afterwards, or maybe both, but in any case, in the middle, there's that great concert with the Auburn Symphony featured at the splendid Mondavi Center. I'm Peter Jaffe, music director and conductor of your Auburn Symphony. We'll see you at the concert hall.